Okay, we're going to talk about some SEO for HVAC companies that are looking to generate more organic leads in 2026. We're specifically talking about HVAC companies in Canada, but if you're an HVAC company in the States or anywhere else and you're seeing this video, there are some very useful things that you can do with your website, your Google My Business visibility, that'll help drive up rankings to searches for users online, and even get yourself found on ChatGPT if you've done enough work. Our agency, we're very thankful to have online visibility through Google, but also through ChatGPT. A lot of our leads are now telling us that they're finding us through ChatGPT, which is great. But for an HVAC company, you can achieve the same if you sort of focus on things that your customers would be saying or asking about when they're going towards making a decision on purchasing service or products from an HVAC company. So why does SEO matter so much more than ever for HVAC business in 2026? So our agency, Peak Demand AI agency in Toronto, we help with digital automations, AI workflows, voice receptionists, back-end workflows for analysis, stuff like that. But SEO is a large part of visibility in the world of AI. AI systems are quite literally looking online to see who is creating helpful content, who has a lot of backlinks or references on other websites, testimonials. So the visibility that you have for search engine optimization is AI is determining how relevant you are based on that. So for us as an AI agency, SEO is a large pillar of what we do and of our services, because we know AI systems are looking at that very closely. So why HVAC SEO is a must in 2026? Most customers now search online before calling an HVAC company. Google shows the top 3 results in Map Pack first. That's where all the calls go. The little area where you see the 3 results come up very front and center: phone number, website links, everything. Those businesses get the most attention from Google searches. As well, structure content. So rich websites now also use AI tools like ChatGPT, especially, or websites now also show up in AI tools like ChatGPT, especially for local questions. So users are now treating ChatGPT like their search engine and really trying to figure out if they can find the services that they want by having a conversation with AI. We got a few leads in this way, especially in the medical space. We got hospitals and clinics finding us through ChatGPT. My intention is to also have HVAC customers find us through ChatGPT. So I'm going to create helpful content that will, show them that we're working with them for automation services, but also for services that they may recognize more familiar, SEO and lead generation. My intention is that ChatGPT picks us up for that as well. What great SEO actually delivers? Ranks you for high-value keywords like AC installation, gets your Google Business optimized, Google Business profile optimized and reviewed, brings in organic leads from Google Maps and now ChatGPT. This is when you know your SEO is working. We have one customer, love her to death. She had a clinic in the States, or she has a clinic in the States. She was very hesitant about AI, very hesitant about SEO. We quite literally had to brute force her into a plan to start her off on her journey, because she just had no idea about it. She was paying, I think, GoDaddy $100 every 6 months or every month for some updates, but they weren't doing any SEO. They just fixed the words that she wanted. So she thought that was good enough for her website. We said, no, you don't really have any SEO done. GoDaddy's just really, providing you a service for a small fee. They do that across millions of websites. They make good money, but really there's nothing actually done in terms of traction of your visibility. We got her over the hill when it comes to her own internalized confidence with digital. She got 10 new customers in the first 30 days for SEO. That is amazing. And I can see her reviews. I think she's got triple the reviews that she has now than when she started. She's only been with us a few months. We're going to make a case study out of her. But she went from no visibility to lights on, spotlight in the eyes of Google, and Google started sending her customers like crazy. Now she's growing, which for us, is super valuable because I would say even the small fee that she pays us in SEO is coming back to her in droves with new customers. So signs you're missing out on basically the money printer that is organic lead generation. You're buried on page 2 or lower. Customers say they can't find your business online. You're not showing up for the most profitable services or service areas. And why HVAC companies are upgrading their SEO is Google now prioritizes content quality, mobile performance, and local experience. ChatGPT and other AI tools recommend companies based on structured SEO data. HVAC SEO isn't just about ranking, it's about owning your local market and staying competitive. So this is where we come in. We want to make sure that you are coming up for as many different searches that are relevant to your services as possible, but also have what's called transactional intent, depending on where that person is in their purchasing journey. So we'll quite literally build out pages for the intent of a commercial transaction for whoever's searching, in order for them to get to your page first, and book a call with you, call your AI receptionist, book a service call. So we want to have a local SEO strategy. If you're that far down your digital journey, so to speak, and you're confident enough where you can, start to install AI automations, because it really does take some, experience and confidence. Not everyone gets an AI agent, but I can tell you right now, once they get SEO and they realize, hey, AI really helps, they really, really consider it and then jump on board. Let's see what else we got. AI automated follow-ups, outbound service reminders, and lead outreach handled by voice AI. So a lead comes in, doesn't book a call first time, you can have a voice AI agent reach out to them after a few days, literally call them on the phone, book them. So lead follow-up, you don't have to worry about your sales team, just have an AI do it. Website optimization and AI discovery, so content and structure that helps you appear in both Google and ChatGPT searches. Super important to start showing up in ChatGPT. It means having good SEO on Google. If you don't have good SEO, you're starting to lose searches from both Google and ChatGPT conversations. Workflow automations, like connecting calls, forms to CRM, scheduling into a smoother pipeline, so a lot of your front end becomes automated. You're not sifting through CRMs or trying to find someone's phone number to call them back. Just letting AI and machines do a lot of that is super important. What is SEO for HVAC companies and why it's different in Canada? It's probably going to be similar throughout North America, but in Canada, for general SEO, but for Canada, we have extremely temperate weather, or extreme dynamic weather. We do not have temperate weather at all. We have extremely hot summers, very cold winters. And so with those two sort of extreme ends of the spectrum for HVAC companies, you want to align with the searches that come with that. So furnace repair in Toronto in the wintertime, AC installation in Calgary for the summertime. You really want to hone in on those searches specifically for what people are looking for in the locality and make sure you're present for that season. This helps you show up in mobile maps with someone nearby that needs help fast. Builds trust with potential customers by surfacing good reviews and a professional online presence. Increases organic lead volume without relying on ads. This is something I'm a huge proponent of. I've spent an unholy amount of money on paid ads. The experience, you do see ROI, but it's a very messy environment. I've been doing SEO for 15 years, and the leads that come through Google searches organically, to me, are infinitely more valuable than ones you pay for, because those ones are quite literally people going through their purchasing journey on their own, making deliberate and conscious decisions on their own, and therefore those searches generally have what's called commercial intent. Obviously, you're trying to find those same types of buyers with ads and forcibly get in front of them with impressions, but that type of channel for generating new leads always comes from, oh, well, I saw your ad, so you were sort of coming to me with your services, so I'm still sort of going to try and figure it out. Unless you have really good ads, like, hey, I saw your ad, I want to do business. But I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I saw that helpful piece on Google, or I saw your YouTube video and I thought, your team might be able to help us. I really like that because the connection's a little bit more it's a little bit more meaningful in that they actually felt like you helped them without even providing any service or them paying you money, and then they chose you as someone they want to explore opportunities with. So really like that. Why Canadian HVAC SEO requires a local focus? Again, Canada's has seasonal surge demand. Think winter emergency and heating and summer AC installs. The local regions often use different terms. Furnace tune-up in Ontario versus boiler repair in BC. I mean, it's semantics, but generally we try and use tools to figure out what the exact searches are for each locality. SEO is more than keywords, it's a strategy, content that answers real homeowner and property manager questions, fast, mobile-friendly websites with strong calls to action, Google business profile optimization, review generation, consistent listings, pages built to show up on Google, and ChatGPT, which reads your site structure. So we're building out SEO strategies to make sure that you're not only visible on Google over the long term, but once people start to catch wind of what ChatGPT can do and you start getting searches through there, it's just another huge channel for opportunity to get organic leads without paying for ads. Why your HVAC website isn't ranking, how to fix it. So you want to target local HVAC keywords, and that means like quite literally building out pages for heat pump installation in Toronto. We got to get extremely granular. We optimize every page as keywords that real customers search for by season, location, and service type, so that it's like surgical how much you need to do in terms of the keywords in order to align with those searches. You also want to make sure you're coming up with map pack. Without a fully optimized Google business profile, you're missing out on the top 3 map results that drive 40 to 60% of local service calls. Peak demand optimize your Google listing, photos, hours, and if you need to, we can even have an AI agent respond to reviews automatically. Like we have that whenever someone leaves a review, AI agent says thank you, great, looking forward to working with you again. Also, be able to directly is super important. Websites loading slower isn't mobile friendly. We'll help you fix up some of that. This has a lot to do with like imaging, mobile first design, stuff like that. Really, it's all technical stuff. No content or ChatGPT or AI discovery. So you want to make content, and I know like the generational divide in business owners is stark. Because if I talk to a Gen Zer or millennial, they'll be, yeah, we have a Instagram account, YouTube. We're working on our blog. We're doing all this content. We're trying to get more videos up. Yeah. And you talk to a Gen Xer or a baby boomer, and they, you mean to tell me I have to write a journal to show up on Google? I've had a couple of business owners say, you mean to tell me I've got to type things out? I don't have time for that. And it's just the perception is so different because in my generation, we just grew up, everything was Google. Like, you show up on Google, find content on Google, now it's ChatGPT. But there still exists a world where business owners were, building businesses without computers. And so they think they're looking at, blogs and content thinking, well, this is completely irrelevant to what I do, but super important for what the buyer journey looks like and how they find you now. So sort of evolving with the buyer is super important. Obviously, on-site conversion tools, click to call buttons, service forums, AI receptionists that people can call. All that's super important 24/7. Getting into the map pack, super hard but super rewarding. We got to fully optimize your Google business profile. Claim and verify your profile, add HVAC specific categories and services, include service areas, upload geotag photos of the team, the types of machines you're using, tools, just making the reality of your business very apparent digitally helps people to, you know what, this business looks okay. I'm going to reach out to them, at least give them a call. Collect and respond to customer reviews. Getting reviews is super important. Like, we are an AI agency, so we don't get that many reviews because our projects tend to be larger and more steady, one at a time, or we'll have multiple projects going. It's like, okay, well, we got results now. Can we get a review? Great. But for a service company that's doing quick jobs, a couple hours you're in and out, super important that you're getting a high volume of reviews so you can indicate to Google, hey, this is the type of business that's doing really well. People really like it. They're getting good reviews. Let's rank them up more for searches. Maximize proximity, relevance, and trust signals. We want to be as close to the searcher as possible. That means using words that align with their locality, so like their local city or state or province. How well do your profile matches the services that they need, which is basically, again, the keywords, the pictures, everything. And what we'll do to help you with that, build out local service pages, NAT across directories, make sure your system is aligned with basically your content system, your content strategy is aligned with the searches in your locality, so you're capturing as many different impressions as possible. And some of the keywords that we're noticing are super important. That even looking at, I think we have about 14,000 HVAC companies in Canada, and only a small fraction of them do SEO. And the ones who do end up doing SEO, you'll see they'll have 400 or 500 reviews because everyone's finding them on Google. And it's like you could be an amazing HVAC repair guy. You don't have a good website, you don't have SEO, it doesn't matter. So it's really, it's unfortunate because it sort of pins business owners to have to learn SEO because that's where the purchasing journey starts, on Google or on ChatGPT. So you sort of have to become a double-sided business owner. You got to know your business really well, HVAC, service repair, stuff like that. But you also have to know about digital stuff, or you partner with an agency to do it for you. So some high intent keywords that you'll see coming out of people looking for services: emergency furnace repair in Toronto, air conditioner not cooling in Toronto, best HVAC company near me. You really want to have a page up for that. That's literally a huge search. Service specific keywords, ductless air conditioning installation. When you have a specific service with a specific page, calling out those keywords, and you'll start to notice people will find you based on that alignment, and they'll start to call you specifically for those pages. Boiler repair services, and obviously we do research into how many searches are coming up for each of these keywords. You don't want to waste too much time with keywords that have a low amount of searches. You want to go after ones that have a decent amount of search but low competition, or a low keyword competition, so you can actually start ranking for them. Location-based keywords: AC repair Toronto, who fixes furnaces in Edmonton. These are who fixes furnaces in Edmonton. This is a search that I see being asked to an AI. That's why it's important that you're coming up for searches on Google, because AI is treating the search the same way, trying to find relevance and align those who are relevant to the services or products that the user needs. They want to make sure you're as relevant as possible. Seasonal and emergency terms: AC not working, Ontario heat wave, furnace emergency repair GTA. Like, you really have to think of all the different types of ways people try and find you, and then align your content with those different thoughts in order to capture the leads passively. And that's what we do through AI auditing and keyword research. Commercial HVAC keywords: commercial HVAC contractor for Toronto, building HVAC maintenance plans. This is getting more into the enterprise customers, where visibility, I would say, is becoming even more important on ChatGPT, because enterprise customers, they know how Google search works. They're trying to find the best person for them, and that might end up being a conversation with an AI rather than them going through page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of Google. So that's why getting found on ChatGPT is super important. Let me see here. What else we got to talk about? ROI. This one for me is huge. I quite literally do the SEO myself on Peak Command, in addition to what our SEO team does. But like the articles, the comprehensive guides that you see going up, even stuff on compliance, like I personally do that, because not only does it indicate, hey, these guys put a lot of work into SEO. The founder of the agency is quite literally doing it himself, but also just me personally, I get that knowledge of the content that I'm building, and it makes conversations with other business owners a lot easier. Sales become a lot easier. Like I'm personally growing as a professional by doing the content work myself, the grunt work. But the assurance that the content is structured in a way for Google, for ChatGPT, through me. I've been doing SEO for 15 years, so I know what type of content looks helpful. I know what type of content people are going to stay on the page and read, and that's generally why, as much as I have a team that's trained, it's important for me to feel personally like I'm contributing to this visibility. I'm contributing to the forward momentum of lead generation for the business through all of the helpful content I'm creating. And then me as a business owner, I'm growing in my mind because I'm creating this helpful content on a regular basis. So sort of like study plus lead generation for me is super important. What HVAC SEO can help you achieve? Generate more inbound service requests without paying for ads. Rank in Google Maps when homeowners search for HVAC near me. Attract seasonal and emergency jobs like furnace repair in winter or AC issues and heat wave. Show up when Google use ChatGPT or voices to find local SEO services. So this is becoming more and more a thing. This is why SEO is becoming more important. Like if you weren't showing up on Google for the past 15 years, you're not going to show up on ChatGPT. Let's get serious. And if you weren't showing up on Google for the past 15 years, your business probably failed. So showing up on Google from today for the next 15 years is going to make sure you're going to be not only getting leads to your business and staying afloat, but you're also going to thrive when it comes to people searching for services through ChatGPT. What kind of results can you expect? Like back to the ROI piece. First month 1 to 3, foundation work, optimizing the Google business profile, improving website structure, starting targeted content. Month 4 to 6, more visibility on Google and Maps, a noticeable uptick in organic traffic and call volume. And then month 7 to 12, a strong increase in book jobs. You might see 30 to 70 extra calls per month during peak seasons when people are really phoning for HVAC companies. And that could do wonders for a business. That could transform a business in a couple months. Over the course of a year, an SEO investment might transform the next 3 to 5 years. You don't know. You never know how much you can get out of your SEO until you're 6 months, 12 months, 18 months down the line. For me, this website, I think we're coming on to our 3rd year of AI SEO focus, and it's very obvious that the traction we're developing is what's allowing us to propel to the next month, the next 6 months, 12 months. Hell, I want peak demand to be found in ChatGPT for almost any conversation about AI services in the next 10, 15 years. Why SEO delivers better long-term ROI than ads? Again, back to wanting to be visible for long-term. Unlike paid ads that start generating leads the moment you pause the budget, SEO creates a long-lasting digital footprint. One well-optimized blog post or service page can keep sending calls your way for years. And that's completely true. Like I create blogs for all different types of avenues of automation, AI, voice AI receptionists, SEO for the major industries that we service here in Canada, healthcare, real estate, manufacturing, HVAC. Those are our giga industries. So I create content that cater towards them, and they end up finding this online. Why HVAC SEO from an AI agency prepares you for the future? Literally, like this title is so SEO driven. At HVAC SEO, AI agencies, like these are all to tripwire the searches on Google to make sure we're getting found for these particular words. Working with an AI agency like Peakman isn't just about ranking on your HVAC website higher. It's about laying the foundation for long-term growth, automation, and visibility on emerging platforms like ChatGPT and voice search. So we want AI-powered call tracking, routing, like super important. You got leads coming in inbound. You might not have a receptionist there to answer calls 24/7. AI voice agent can do that easily. If your business, if you find your SEO is really strong and you're ready for the next step on your digital automation journey, this is where you're going to be looking at getting voice AI assistants to help with the inbound and outbound. Let me see here. Smart lead nurturing automations again, voice agents, chatbots. Chatbots less so. People don't really like chatbots. They love voice agents, so I'll tell you that. Quote follow up without hassle. So you can have a voice AI agent follow up on a quote that was sent to a customer, a couple days after, a couple minutes after, no problem. But generally, we want to pass off all of that sort of mundane communication, the communication that sales teams seldom like. It's like, I remember being on 10 different sales teams in my career. And I can tell you right now, salespeople don't like to follow up. Humans don't like to follow up. It's just going to try to talk to someone who's already said no to you, trying again, they're likely going to say no to you. But you sort of have to keep doing it because eventually that person will wear down. It's just that you use a lot of emotional energy in the follow-up to try and do that. And if it's an SEO lead, it's got a huge purchase intent. We know this guy or this man or woman, they're ready to make a purchase. So trying to capture that business as soon as they make the decision that they want to do business with whoever is most relevant or credible to them, that's where you want to have AI agents following up, trying to get them back on the calendar, asking them about their quote. For our team, it's like if there's an organic AI lead that comes in here, they're either doing business with us or they're not getting AI. Like, that's how hard I make it, or how easy I make it for them. I make it hard for our guys. Workflow integration, CRM syncing, SEO and AI aren't siloed. When integrated, leads sync directly into your CRM. You get full visibility into which calls turn into jobs. Dispatches and texts work from a single connected system. So it's funny because it says dispatches and texts. At some point in time, it's just going to be AI voice agents and texts, because AI voice agents can pretty much do what dispatchers can do, just so long as the systems are integrated properly. Indexing for ChatGPT, voice search, and AI tools. Modern SEO isn't just about Google anymore. With properly structured pages and rich content, your HVAC company can become recommended by AI tools. Voice assistants like ChatGPT can surface your business and local queries. And peak demand, we combine SEO and AI automation into one smart system for a business, where you're both seeing rankings, you're getting inbound calls, everything's happening around you automatically. All you got to do is sit up and do good work. All these inbound leads coming because your website's beautiful. You had a great conversation with your AI voice agent. All you guys have to do is perform and be the best that you can be at what you do. Be an HVAC, doctor, medical spa, hospital. You guys keep your eyes on the patients and customers. We'll keep our eyes on everything else. Cost wise, how much does SEO for HVAC companies cost in Canada? So these are very, very loose ranges, and all of our charges or all of our costs are generally in USD. But to give you an idea, I think maybe this is Canadian numbers, but you got to be willing to spend a few hundred, maybe $1,000 a month on content creation, SEO, visibility. If you're willing to do that, the dividends are profound. You want to kick that up to $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month, we're literally going to make sure you're getting a research in your locality for your services. So it really depends on how much appetite you have for long-term organic lead generation. The more appetite you have, the harder we're going to push. When it comes to deliverables, transparent SEO plans are the best. Keyword plans, keyword research, blog content, backlinks, technical audits. We provide all of that stuff. That stuff just comes with the program. What you're really looking for is results, and once you pin down those deliverables, you will see results. Like doing a technical AI audit, having the backlinks built, blog content. If you're doing that stuff, you will get results. Google will recognize you. It's a long-term investment, not a quick fix. If you're looking for a quick fix and you're a fly-by-night operation, you don't want to talk to us. I gotta say no to these types of operations. Pretty much a couple times a week, where people are like, "Hey, we just want to call, 10,000 real estate leads really quick. Can we just partner up for you for a real quick job?" It's like, no, we're not going to do anything like that. We'll set you up for a long-term lead generation for anything having to do with real estate, quotes, stuff like that. We get a lot of real estate people in here asking for that stuff, and we got to tell them, like, hey, not only is real estate a super sensitive issue, period, in Canada, we're going through a very difficult time in the real estate market. So we're not just going to start calling people and asking them to buy homes or sell their home if they've not given us consent to do so. Like, anything without consent is a no-fly zone with our agency. So we are all about long-term investments, building foundations for long-term lead generation for those people we know have purchase intent. When they have a conversation with the voice AI agent to get fully qualified, lead gets sent to your team or appointments get booked, and you guys take it from there. This is the best way to do business. We are all about keeping the perception of AI as exemplary as possible in the eyes of our customers, in the eyes of the government, because it's a very, very unregulated space right now. We sort of need to be an example for what a strong implementation looks like, and usually those are long-term investments that do get built up over time. So book your HVAC SEO audit with our team. We'll take a quick look at your website just to see where you're at, see where you can go in your locality. But if you're thinking about AI and where you're at on your adoption journey, and say, oh, maybe a voice AI receptionist is too much for me to start, work with an AI agency that can do AI, but just have them do the conventional stuff like SEO powered by AI. You'll find that the acclimation to AI tools, to the world of AI, gets a lot easier when you pair it with something that you already know, SEO, or at least you're familiar with, and say, hey, I'm seeing results from that. I'm seeing results from our SEO driven or our AI driven SEO program with peak demand. Now I think I'm a little bit more comfortable investing into some AI automations to make my workflow and my life a little bit easier. I'll leave it at that. We're at about a half hour talking about HVAC for SEO, but if you learned something or you took something valuable away from this, hit that like button, or click on subscribe. I'm trying to come up with more videos and more guides for those industries in Canada that might not be so tech savvy, but certainly need tech to weather the economic storm that's coming to Canada. But if you're an American and you're looking at this saying, hey, you know what, a lot of what this guy just said could apply to my HVAC business in my locality, hit that schedule a discovery call button, meet with our team, and we'll show you how to get a consistent stream of inbound organic leads to your business without having to do all the paid ads, Facebook, Google AdWords. We're quite literally just making you, we're shining a spotlight on your business in the eyes of Google and ChatGPT. But I'll leave it at that. Looking forward to the next one. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our team. And that's it. Bye now.